Hello everybody, I'm just Refiles and welcome to F1 25 career mode for today. We are going to be doing the driver career and we are obviously going to be starting in F2 just to get a little bit of feeder action. And yeah, we're not going to be doing a full season, that's just going to take too long. We're going to just do 3 races for our feeder series. So it's going to be Bahrain, Great Britain, and Abu Dhabi. And just to show you what AI difficulty we're going on, usually I'm on 101, but I haven't raced here for a long while, so we are going to do 100. And to my surprise, we can actually add Connor Sport as our 11th team on the grid, which we are going to be doing. We're going to be racing the Fulham, but might as well have an 11th team, you know. More cars on the grids, more action indeed. And yeah, we're gonna go with Connor Sport, have them as our 11th team on the grid. And there we go. I'm commentating over this, by the way. Icons, we're obviously gonna go add all of the driver icons. Why not? Might as well. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is our settings that we're going to do for, at least for our feeder series. We are going to be making a custom driver. Now, annoyingly, the player model that I always use since like 2018, or actually since 2020, since we can have custom characters, isn't actually there anymore, and is very, very disappointing. But yeah, overall, just decided to go with this player model here. And yeah, just put in the details of our driver, which obviously we're going to go with Britain as our nationality. Name is obviously going to be the good old Dashery Fails. If I can type, as you can see. Oh my god, I haven't commentated over this, commentated this in a very long time. So we're going to be a little bit rusty. But we'll see how it goes, eh? We'll see how it goes indeed, as we are selecting our race number now, which obviously is going to be the 47. 47 is always going to be our number. And yeah, now it's time to design a little bit of our helmet, at least our Season 1 helmet. We are not going to be doing any mods, at least for the first season, ladies and gentlemen. So the first season is going to be completely vanilla, and then if we do more seasons, we'll introduce some mods, get some custom liveries in, custom helmets, that sort of thing. But we'll see what kind of mods are available actually. But for our helmet, we are going to go with our channel colours, which is the green and purple. Usually doesn't go well together, but that is our channel. That is our channel colours nevertheless. And now we need to decide what academy we want to be in, and I'll be honest, we are going to go with the Williams Academy. Now I haven't really driven Williams much in before in general, so yeah, I want to I don't know what else to really say really. I just want to drive as the Williams for at least Season 1. Maybe Season 2 as well, depending on how we all end up, how the season goes. And now we need to pick our F2 team, which I'll be honest here, it doesn't really matter, right? It actually just doesn't mean anything. So we're having a look here through the liveries, through the teams. And yeah, it's pretty good liveries, to be honest. I don't watch F2 that much, so I wouldn't know much about it, to be honest. But we're going to go with AMS, or AMS, whatever you want to pronounce it. Because that looks like the Williams livery, and might be the Williams team. But yeah, now we get to pick our F2 teammate, which, I'll be honest, I don't really mind this too much. So we're going to go with Jack Crawford as our F2 teammate. And now we are ready, ladies and gentlemen, as we fade away into our very first lap of F1 25 driver career. in the F2 feeder series. We are doing a one-shot quali, because, yeah, this video is going to be 10 years long otherwise. I mean, you guys can see how long the video is, about 53 minutes or so. So I had to condense it down by a lot, because we are doing all 3 races in today's video, ladies and gentlemen, in preparation for our F1 debut, essentially. But overall, this lap wasn't actually too bad, but we lost a lot of time, essentially. Later on, we'll just throw out the lap, and we are coming across the final corner. We're going to cross the line, and we are going to qualify last. We even qualified last, essentially. So 22nd is our start grid for the race, and here's how everyone turns out here. Kimi Antonelli qualified on pole. Isaac Hadjar in second. You guys can see that at the top. There's a couple of fellas in there that actually do make it into F1, which is funny. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our first sprint race of F2. 5 red lights are out and away we go. Again, a pretty alright getaway, actually, not too bad. We're trying to look around the inside, but get blocked off, so we have to back off there. And then a little bit late on the brakes, but we turn that into an opportunity to go down the inside of our competitors. Currently side by side with Hauger, as is now a drag race up the hill and into turn 4, I believe this is. 1, 2, 3. Yep, turn 4. As we go down the inside of Marty. Marty, is that how you pronounce it? I'm not too sure. I don't watch F2, so there we go. But we hug the inside line, drift our car wide out a little bit, and then basically force him to concede the position as we go down the inside on Fittipaldi for the 15th spot. It's actually our teammate up ahead now, right ahead of us. So our teammate Crawford didn't qualify too well either, but we managed to catch up. We managed to go, was it 7 spots already, so very good recovery so far. As we go down the inside of our teammate, a little bit of a late opportunity there, but thought we'd make use of it. And yeah, just take every opportunity that we can take, really. Take every opportunity that comes our way, essentially. As, yeah, just trying to, you know, get comfortable driving the F2 car. And you'll find throughout the video, I just completely missed the braking point every other corner. It just really struggled with the braking points in this F2 feeder series, as Crawford overtakes us, and we go very late on the brake. Yeah, you guys will see this throughout the video. Crawford swings by, and we lose so much time. Although we do manage to actually get DRS off Crawford to help us defend just a little bit. But yeah, just trying to settle in, trying to gauge how our braking is. As Fittipaldi comes alongside us, we do take a little bit of wing damage there, but it doesn't actually affect us too much as we do defend from his attack, at least for the next couple of corners. Is now on to lap number 3, ladies and gentlemen. Fittipaldi with DRS open. Absolutely sails on by. We've got a yellow flag as we do a little bit of late braking, do down the inside of turn 2 into turn 3. A little bit of a illegal overtake there, but just about enough time for it to be green flag, so we didn't lose too much time there. As yeah, we managed to defend, re-overtake, and all of that fun stuff, really. So now we need to just focus, make sure we actually hit our braking points, and catch up to the group ahead, really. So yeah, very I brake very early, and yeah, we still go deep into the corner. So something that we will need to sort of adapt to. And on to lap number 4 now. Again, attended by Fittipaldi once again. Fittipaldi, even. And yeah, we brake late once again, but still keeping it on the track this time. So a fairly good battle now with side by side as we open up DRS. Because he was ahead in the DRS detection zone. And we go up, down the inside, brake a lot earlier this time. Get the car rotated and accelerate out of the corner. Managing to re-overtake there, very good. As we now fade away into lap number 7, ladies and gentlemen. We need to achieve 13th in exactly 1 lap. And I don't know how doable that is as we go very, very deep there. Cut the corner a little bit, but we've lost so much time that the FIA do not question it. But we managed to get DRS down that straight somehow. And yeah, Crawford still up ahead. The fellas behind are fighting, which slows them down. So it creates a gap behind us, which is a very good thing. So we need to worry about the guys behind too much. As yeah, later on in this lap, we do get close enough to Crawford, and we are gonna send it down the inside. No contact was made. We keep on the track. Sort of get Crawford unawares there. We made a position, activate DRS, and try to catch up to the gaggle of cars up ahead, which are now fighting. Bortoletto and Bernard are fighting. And we get a pretty good exit there. Due to the fighting, Bortoletto is very slow out of the corners. We've got DRS, we force him to defend at the inside. We go around the outside, and we didn't quite make it around the outside there. So Bortoletto keeps the position there, currently in 14th. Not too bad, still a very good recovery, as we are going to send it down the inside of Bortoletto. We saw the opportunity, we took it, and we are now up into 13th. Bernard up ahead in 12th. So we'll have to see if we can start pushing forward. As you can see there, we didn't necessarily get a great exit, but we managed to defend there with the use of DRS, so that is very good indeed. As now not lap number 10, ladies and gentlemen. We actually had an objective to stay ahead of Bortoletto, and up ahead, that is as Cordial, I believe. Cordial spun at the last corner, which slowed down whoever was ahead. I've forgotten already, to be honest. But there's 2 free positions there. And that is going to be the end of the sprint race. Lap number 12, we finish in P11. That is a very, very good recovery race from qualifying. Qualifying all the way down to down in 22nd. Finished in 11th. Very good race indeed, as we actually are driver of the day there. No surprise, we gained, what, 11 spots. Very good. As, yeah, Maloney wins the sprint race there. Just look down through the grid, really. Seeing where everyone finished. But, yeah, very, very good race to finish up on the sprint weekend. However, now we have got the feature race, ladies and gentlemen, as we go to 5 red lights for the second time around Bahrain. It is lights out and off we go. We are getting a tremendous launch off the start there. Kind of, what I was going to say. I forgot the word. But pretty much similar to what we did in the sprint race there. As we're now on alongside Fittipaldi, trying to get in the slipstream as much as possible. And we're going to just gently, you know, make our presence known down the inside of Mayata. And we are going to get the position. Drift our car wide once again to secure the spot. Crawford, once again, is ahead of us, but we are going to make quick work of him on this lap number 1. Down the inside. Very good. Very opportunistic move there. But yeah, make sure we're braking early to not run into the back of the cars. And we get a fantastic exit alongside Marty here. Absolutely wonderful acceleration there. We are now up into P14 in this full-on feature race. Jeff not being too happy with our start, even though we had an amazing start. I'm not too sure where we started the race actually, but we made a couple of positions and that is good. Lap number 3 now, ladies and gentlemen. We are being attacked by Marty here. We do have to do a little bit of defending. As someone up ahead looks up and we go very, very deep into that corner. Marty takes the opportunity to overtake us. We do have DRS assisting us, but so does he. And yeah, we try to hang around the outside. I mean, it actually works. We successfully hang around the outside of Marty there. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it, right? Probably pronounced his name completely wrong, but that is fine. But yeah, still judging our braking points completely wrong. But that is fine. Lap number 3, he comes back at us with a lot of overspeed, and we sort of let it go to briefly get side by side. But that's because I broke a little bit too late. So now we need to sort of prepare ourselves for the re-overtake if we can. We've got DRS open and we're just too far back to make the lunge. So we settle in for P15 for the time being. As we see there, trying to defend from Crawford as well. As Crawford is looking quite fast. We actually send a very desperate move. Desperate move on Marty. No contact was made. And we kept on the track, so it's fair dues, I guess, right? But yeah, somehow making that move stick. But now he does have DRS to come back at us. Will he be able to send it down the inside? And he doesn't send it down the inside. Probably saving his time for the straight. Which, lap number 5 now, he does actually, or lap 1 to lap number 6, does actually re-overtake us. So we do have DRS assisting us, but far too far back. And once again, we go deep. Wait. And Crawford gets alongside, or at least tries to, but falls back a little bit. As we, once again, we've got DRS to assist us. But we are just hovering inside and outside of the 1 second, so we might lose DRS as we actually get our first team orders, ladies and gentlemen, of the series. And we need to let Crawford by lap 8. So we've got about a lap and a half now to decide if we are going to let him by. And we don't worry about that. We don't actually gain any much time or lose much time there, so yeah, maybe we should have got a warning there from the FIA, but maybe they're busy with some other action up ahead. Currently 7/10 behind Crawford is, so I don't actually want to lose that much time. Even 9/10. Like, the distance between Marty, myself, and Crawford were almost equal there. But the difference is now we are not going to be able to get DRS from the car ahead. Crawford does. DRS open 6/10 behind, now 5/10. soon to be 4 tenths, but as we enter the braking zone, it's going to be 3 tenths there actually. So gaining a lot of speed. Into us, we get a little bit of track there. And I thought, you know what, he's got DRS, so we pull to the side, we brake, and we let him through. We'll see what he can do. Hopefully, he can bring us forward to catch the upper, or the group up ahead. And that's what we're going to do. We're just going to essentially try and keep it in DRS range of Crawford, and to use him sort of as a slingshot for the group up ahead. So playing the sort of long game here, playing some little bit of tactics, and that does actually work onto lap number 9. Halfway through lap number 9, we are right in the back of Crawford. We could easily send it down the inside, but we'll think better of it. Brake nice and early. Get a nice launch, accelerating out of the corner, DRS open in the slipstream. And we are going to have a look down the inside. We are going to send it down the inside as well. A little bit early on the brakes, but Crawford gives us the space. So, all fair games here. And yeah, we're only about 8 tenths or so behind the group ahead, and we do catch up. And yeah, we're going to prepare ourselves. We're going to actually get a really nice brake zone, really nice exit of that corner there. Go alongside Marty, but we're going to brake early, remain sort of side by side throughout the corner, and we get the position, or get the overtake done out of the exit of that corner. DRS open, hopefully to try and now build a gap behind us. As we now have got Bernard ahead of us. 2 seconds, but we do have our very first pit of the series, ladies and gentlemen. As we're now into the pits, getting rid of these hard compound of tyres. We are gonna be switching out for the soft compound tyre. They're very nice red rings tyres, as people call them. But a very good start, 4.2 seconds, which I'm assuming is pretty good for an F2 pit stop. But yeah, coming out of the pits now, we fall down into 17th. But yeah, we do have really fresh tyres now. Will give us a lot more grip early on. So now it is time to push forward, and that is what we do. Lap 15, onto the last lap of the race. Everyone else is paired. We filled it out into P11. And we need to do a mixture of both defending and attacking. So you can see, cars up ahead are attacking. Maybe we can capitalise on that. And we do. Vishal gets a slow exit. DRS open. We sort of force him to defend the inside. We try to do like a sort of mini switchback, but Vishal blocking us off there was very good defending. But the end of the lap here, Azakajar wins the feature race, and we're going to send it down the inside into Maloney. And we actually do overtake for sure later in that lap as well. So we are going to finish the feature race into P9. Very, very good indeed. Very great comeback weekend for us in Bahrain. And yeah, just very, very good indeed. And now it is time for our next set of races. But now it is time for our home Grand Prix. The sprint race here today. 5 lights are out and off we go. We immediately get into first position, even before turn 1. From P3 to P1 before turn 1. Absolute amazing getaway there. Absolute, like, the most ideal start we could possibly have. And yeah, Silverstone is a very strong circuit of mine, so no wonder why we have the pace here today. And yeah, the goal now is just to extend the time as much as possible between myself and O'Sullivan, currently in P2. As we have a look, it's actually 8/10, 7 to 8/10 back behind now, actually gaining a little bit through the exit of that corner. But we go for this very fast sweeping corner and we gain ourselves a couple of tenths there. Now we're going to Magus and Beckett's. Very nice double chicane. And yeah, we extend the gap to 1.2 seconds, 1.3 seconds. Very, very ideal. And yeah, so now we just need to settle in, drive as best as we can, not get into any trouble, and we can win this sprint race here, as we do go a little bit deep on the brakes here. Yeah, a little bit squirmy on the exit as well, and we do get onto the cover and we do spin. Oh my gosh, we spin from P1, ladies and gentlemen. No. P1 all the way down to P2. We're actually going to end up being over 4 seconds behind P1. It is... oh my god, it's such blunder, an absolute blunder it is for today, but we can still recover, still early on enough in the race where we can get back a few positions. And that is what we will do as we go into Magus Beckett's, ladies and gentlemen. There is a yellow flag up ahead, and we arrive at the perfect time. All of the cars up ahead need to slow down for the yellow flag. However, it turns green as we approach, and we go by Crawford, and we go by Stanek. Is that how you pronounce it? I'm not too sure. Down the inside, we make up 2-3 positions there. Absolutely perfect. We arrived exactly when we need to, and we settle in to P19 as Martin sets the fastest lap of the race so far, as we try to get as close as we can to Villa Gomez. Yeah, definitely not Selena Gomez. However, through turn 1, we gain a lot of time there. We could have possibly sent it down the inside, but we think better of it. Try to set up the move down at the end of this DRS zone. However, we do lose a fair bit of time on the exit there, but we still managed to get DRS. Lap number 5, ladies and gentlemen. We, funny enough, do actually make the pass on Gomez, as we do get a wash of understeer there. Does have a go at us into Megan's Beckett's spot. We close the door very firmly there, as we are still trying to look forward in this race to gain a couple more extra positions. DRS open in the slipstream. Not quite making anything work this time, but maybe down into the last few corners. We are going to send it down the inside. Very smooth move there. Wasn't too aggressive of a dive bomb. And yeah, we almost make it. Make the same mistake as we did in turn number 1. As now we look forward into trying to attack Mayata. Can we make any move to end off our sprint race here so far? Not quite making it. Working the last few corners, but we will have DRS later in the lap, and Mayata does not have DRS, so it could hopefully be a easy pass here. We just, we bide our time, try and get as close as possible, but not make anything work just yet as we set ourselves up. Lose a little bit of time on exit, but DRS open, and it's going to take us to the end of this lap now with DRS open, staying in the slipstream as much as possible, and then we go down the inside. Very simple move there. Very good. And that is probably going to be our last overtake of the sprint race. I believe this is the sprint race, right? Possibly. Who knows? I don't know anymore. But lap 11, actually, ladies and gentlemen. Marty. We catch up to Marty. And that is now going to be the last overtake of the race on the last lap, the last few corners as well. And we are going to cross the line in P11 as O'Sullivan there crosses the line in P1 to win the sprint race. And yeah, from the feature race finishing in P11 for the feature race in Bahrain to finishing in P11 here in the sprint race. Decent recovery, I'd say. Overall not too good, but now it is time for the 5 red lights for the feature race here in Britain at Silverstone. Lights out, and we get a tremendous start once more. Going down the inside of Bortolato into turn 1, but we are not done. Yeah, we're already alongside Vershaw, and we are going to make that move stick. Once again, letting our vehicle drive, slide wide, even not drive wide. And now we have got Kimi Antonelli ahead of us, currently in P4, Antonelli P3, Hadjar P2, and I think Behrman is currently P1. As Antonelli tried to attack Hadjar, they're not quite making it work. There's a yellow flag behind us, but that's not going to affect this move that we are going to make down the inside of Antonelli into the last few corners here. We make the move stick. We are now into P3, and you might be able to see, ladies and gentlemen, we are on an alternate strategy. Everyone else has started on the soft compound of tyres. We are currently on the hard tyres, which will go swap to the soft tyres once we do pit here today. But now we are in the DRS range of Hadjar. Try and get as close to him as possible. But everyone else all pits. It is time for ourselves to pit now onto the end of lap number 9 into lap 10. We are getting rid of these hard compound tyres. We're going to go onto the softs, and we are going to be hopefully the fastest out there on track, as we have a very nice pit stop there in exactly 4-second pit, but we were a little bit slow exiting our box, but that is all fine. Antonelli in second place, catching up as we get released from the pit lane limiter. And as we climb the hill here, you might be able to see Antonelli just about sweeps on by to claim first place, but not for long. We set ourselves up very nicely for our DRS run here. DRS is open in the slipstream. We have a look down the inside. Antonelli blocks it off. We try around the outside. Kimi drifts wide, makes contact, and we make a second piece of contact there, actually damaging our front wing. So we send it down the inside. We were kind of annoyed about that contact there, but we are now in to first place, and yeah, getting a little bit aggressive with the moves against Antonelli, but it is we'll all keep going in this Grand Prix, so it's all not too bad. We try and get a good launch now out of Magazine Beckett to defend ourselves from DRS, which we will need to be able to do on lap 13. This is now, ladies and gentlemen, our soft compound tyre is slowly dying. We try a little bit of a soft switch back there, but actually positions his car very nicely, and we were unable to do so. And that is all going to be for this feature race, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to cross the line into P2, our first podium in this series. very good end to the weekend. As, yeah, we didn't have a great start to the weekend, didn't we? But yeah, top 4 in this race, making it to F1. And the top 5 in the standings so far is, will be making it to F1, which is, I find, amazing. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the final race in F2. It is Abu Dhabi. We're going to 5 red lights are out and off we go. We have learned from our previous Grand Prix about race starts, and we get a fantastic race start here today. Trying to survive into turn 1. We're up into P5. Already we have Behrman ahead of us, which we do gain a little bit of dirty air from into the second or third corner, I should say, there. Into, I believe this is the 5th one, technically, right? Into the 5th corner, trying to set ourselves up for a very nice straight in the slipstream of Behrman. Bortoletto is closer, however, behind. Can we defend as much as we can into this very hard braking zone? And we absolutely overcook it. We just about not go into the back of Behrman there. But now Bortoletto is beside us. We try to squeeze him as much as possible down into the inside, but he wasn't having it. We had to force us to give space. And we try to go around the outside here. And we do make it. Just about side by side, actually. But down into this braking zone here. We late on the brakes. A little bit off track, actually. Bortoletto tries to get back on us. But we go a little bit extra wide to secure P5 in the race so far. As we now try and set ourselves up for an attack on Behrman. We actually do make the overtake on Behrman, who's 7/10 behind. Now we are looking forward into the attack on Hauger and Bernard. Hopefully these guys can start fighting up ahead. As, yeah, very long straight now. 186 miles an hour down into the braking zone. We go a little bit more deep again, and we are going to struggle into that braking zone all weekend. It is an absolutely horrible braking zone. But yeah, currently P4 now in this sprint race, lap number 4. As yeah, we do gain a little bit of time out of this corner in total as well. But now we've made that overtake into lap number 7 as Richard Verschoor retires from the race. Not affecting us at all though. So we mind that, no, we don't mind that at all. In the DRS of Bernard now. Who's also got DRS from Marty. And it seems like the pressure is on up ahead. We go late on the brakes once again. It's horrible. As we do lose a little bit of time there. Hauger managing to catch up, being our DRS 2/10 behind us now. Thankfully we do have the DRS to defend. Is he going to attack? He's not going to attack into this corner, so we survive into P3 for another lap. However, we are now really close to Bernard now. And we send it down. A very late move. However, we do go off track, so we let Bernard through. You know, show a little bit of sportsmanship here. It was a very late move. We went off track, so we gave the position back to try and attack once more. And we should be able to into end of lap number 8. There's a German. Bernard is slow into this corner, and into the last corner we send it down the inside. And we make the move stick.
Okay, good work.
Now we have we have Marty up ahead of us, and into lap number 10, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of this straight. There's a yellow flag, and Marty's engine blows up right in front of us. We get a little squirrely, as you can imagine. very much distracted by the smoke, not being able to see. And we have been gifted P1, ladies and gentlemen, for Marty retiring from the race due to, obviously, an engine failure, as you guys saw there with the smoke. But now we've got Bernard half a second behind us. Still very much so in the running here for P1. Now we don't need to do much, we just need to defend as best as we can, drive as best as we can, and that is what we do. Ladies and gentlemen, into the last corner of the last lap. Bernard is 8 tenths behind us. We are going to cross the line into P1 to win the sprint race at Abu Dhabi here today. A very, very well fought race indeed. And yeah, as we show the results here, P1, our teammate Crawford into P9. A very good weekend so far. And yeah, as we check the standings here, currently the top 5 still will all make it into F1. Absolutely fantastic weekend so far. But now we go to 5 red lights for the Abu Dhabi full race weekend. It is lights out and off we go. We get a pretty good start. We're over into second place with Renzi. We attack for first. Hold it, trying to hold it around the outside. Side by side now into turn 2. And we take over first into turn 2 and turn 3. A very, very good start indeed. Very good. And now we need to be on the defense for this straight. The Hadjar is only 2 tenths behind. We swerve, try to break the slipstream as we swerve across back to hold around the outside. Hadjar is going to send it down the inside of ourselves. We try to hold it as best we can. Still going side by side. So fair play. This is great racing. We squeeze Hadjar as much as we can. We make a little bit of contact there, so we try to slip back into the slipstream. Can we hold it around the outside? We cannot, as we get hit from Antonelli behind. We're swooping around. A little bit of racing incident there as we try to attack, or try to swoop back round to attack Hadjar. You guys are getting the bloopers here today. But yeah, Antonelli does manage to overtake us into lap number 5. On to lap number 6 now. Colapinto, we haven't actually mentioned him too much. Colapinto is only 6 tenths behind us, so we do need to be careful for him. But let's see if we can attack forward into attack forwards to Antonelli. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. But yeah, trying to set ourselves up for a nice exit. We are going to get DRS for this straight. We're not going to be able to do much. We fall 2 seconds behind now. Lap number 10. I believe we are going to be coming into the pits today, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, we're going to get rid of these medium compound of tyres. We are going to go on to the soft tyres, as I believe everyone else will be going on to the softs for today, as we get a very nice turn in there. Optimal. Get the wheels off. New tyres on. We are set down, and we are a little bit slow to exit there, but we managed to get a really good pit over on. I believe Antonelli actually got a very slow stop. Actually, no, I believe Antonelli got ahead, sorry. I believe I don't know. I don't know. We managed to catch up to Hadjar a little bit, only 3 seconds back now. As everything filters out, Antonelli did pit now, and we are only 3 tenths behind. Our tyres are a little bit more warmed up than him, so we should be able to push for an attack. On to lap 13 this is. Hadjar gets the fastest lap of the race, but we re-overtake it. Re-overtake our fastest lap. Get a little bit of a bad turn 1 there. But overall not losing a ridiculous amount of time. Get a really nice third corner there. Trying to stick in the slipstream of Antonelli. Brake a little bit later than we have done. Just to catch up a little bit. Try to accelerate out of the corner. We do have DRS now. Antonelli does not have DRS. Can we make a move into this corner at the end of the straight? We are far too back. We cannot. We try to brake a little bit early there. And we get the perfect brake zone right there. Set ourselves up. Accelerate out of the corner with another bite at the cherry with DRS and the slipstream. We are now 3/10 behind. And it's going to be 2/10 as we do send it down the inside of Antonelli. Little bit of revenge from Silverstone there. Maybe that rivalry can continue into our F1 journey, but we are in to P2, but not for long, as we do try to defend from Antonelli into lap 16 into the chicane. We give him a respectable amount of room there. We still need to be sportsmanship like, as DRS is now activated side by side with Antonelli. Bortoletto is very close behind. We hug at the inside line to cover off Bortoletto as well, and the two cars behind actually start fighting, which is an absolute godsend for us. So it takes the pressure off of us, as Antonelli has a little bit of a look inside there, but he's still trying to fight it out for the last remaining podium position here. And I believe we are going to secure ourselves P2, ladies and gentlemen, as we go on to now the last lap, the last few corners. Bortoletto is going to secure P3. Isaac Hadjar wins the feature race here in F7. We are going to cross the line into P2. A very strong finish to the season indeed. And that is actually going to help us a lot in the F2 Championship, as we are driver of the day, which was very cool. But Isaac Hadjar is going to win the F2 Championship, ladies and gentlemen, securing himself a seat in F1 for next year. But yeah, fantastic few races for the 3 races that we did, and this is the end result here, ladies and gentlemen. We actually win the entirety of the weekend as a whole, but myself and Hadjar are excuse me, there you go, I'm gonna leave that in. Hadjar and I are tied on points as we check the standings, see where the standing ends up. Hadjar wins, obviously, the championship. Kimi in second, myself in third. Bortoletto 4th, and 5th is going to be Behrman, which we will all make it into F1, which is going to be absolutely amazing. Hopefully, we can continue the rivalry into next year. And this is our ratings after the 3 races, ladies and gentlemen. We have leveled up a fair bunch. Yeah, I'm really happy with the stats so far, ending up on a 76 overall rating. Obviously, that is going to shoot up depending on how well we do in our first season. But now it's time to set up our F1 calendar, ladies and gentlemen, and we are going to do a full 24 race calendar, at least for season 1, just so we race on every track. Now, it is time to select which team we want to drive for, ladies and gentlemen. And I think you guys already know what team we are going to pick, as we have a look through all of the liveries in the grid there. And we can actually race as Connosport, which I love that as the 11th team. But, ladies and gentlemen, we are part of the Williams Academy. We are going to race for Williams as our rookie year. Very much so best of the rest midfield team. So, yeah, bar from the top four, definitely the best of the rest, as I said. And so yeah, we are going to go with Williams for our team. Now we get to select our teammate. And I'm sorry, Albon, but we are going to go with Carlos Sainz as our teammate. Because I feel like that's going to show a little bit more like the first and second driver pairing. A little bit more. But now it is time, ladies and gentlemen, for our contract.
Finally, let's do this for real. Sorry it took so long. You know what these legal types are like? Yes, sir. No, sir. Here's 80 pages of needless jargon, sir. Anyway, believe it or not, this is my excited face. Come on, come on. Let me show you what we've got. So, all the usual stuff. Merchandising, likeness, blah, blah, blah. But the really juicy stuff is their expectation of you. They need you to challenge yourself all season, be the best you can be, dominate your teammate, become a legend. All that jazz. Now, it's over to you. Okay, here we are. It's contract time. The team are expecting you to improve as your career evolves. And so am I. Here, we will be setting you a contractual target with the team, so that this progress can be tracked by both parties. Here, you can... A longer contract will give another recognition bonus when you sign. There's a few other points for us to go over, but we can leave those until you're settled. I'll leave you to finalize your terms.
So here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. It is time to define what kind of contract that we want with Williams. We are going to set a target rating of 82. We could have challenged ourselves with 84, but to play it safe, we'll go with 82. And we can't extend the contract length for our rookie season. So it's just going to be one season, at least for now, that we are going to be racing with. We might go with a second season, but who knows? We're now officially a Williams driver, ladies and gentlemen, for next year. Absolutely fantastic. But that is all going to be for today's video, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys have enjoyed, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, all of that good stuff. And yeah, thank you for watching. Hopefully I'll see you all for the next episode. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.